Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this morning's video. I just got done with some bread that was in the bread machine. We're using the bread mix. And I'm going to be showing you a little bit something that I do that saves me tons and tons of money. And that's making my own homemade bread. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this on top of the wood stove so it can rise all afternoon. All right, so one of the biggest reasons why people don't make their own bread is because it's so time consuming. And once you get all of your ingredients out and you make your bread, it's very tiresome. But when you use the old 1970s make a mix, bread machine mix, it makes it so easy. In a matter of minutes, you can mix up your own bread, mix up your own rolls, bagels, pizza dough using this standard generic mix. And in today's video, we're going to make this mix and I'm going to show you how you can do it so cheaply. So if you're really tired, this is a wonderful way to be able to create bread. It's so simple and easy. You don't have to measure everything when it's time to make it. And we've done all the hard work ahead of time. We're going to be making the whole wheat, and this is bread machine mix, and I will share with you in the description box the full recipe. All you have to do is take a little bit of time, prepare this mix, and then the work is already done. And all you have to do is add water, yeast, and a little oil, and you have fresh bread anytime you want. So if you would happen to have company or happen to have somebody come and you don't know what to make, you can quick whip up some bread machine bread or some pizza, breadsticks, all of this. It's about being prepared in a gentle way, living below poverty level because you are making all of your own foods. So let's go ahead. It's so simple and easy. We're going to mix it up in a matter of 5 minutes. The first thing that you're going to do is add 9 cups of the wheat flour. Now we have 8 cups of unbleached all-purpose flour. 1 cup of powdered milk. I have a little bit extra, so I'm just going to throw that in. Now I'm going to add 1 cup of granulated or brown sugar. I use granulated. And now we had to add the salt. Now we added the 4 teaspoons of salt, and that is it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print out the recipes that go with the book. This book is really old and in bad shape. So I'm going to go ahead and copy these recipes, and I'm going to put them automatically into this bucket. That way I have them, or tape them on the side. Now what we need to do is get a large spoon and really make sure we stir this well. I'm going to stir this a little more off the camera, and then I'm going to print out these recipes and I'm going to tape them to this container, and then in a matter of moments we can have some fresh bread. So I'm just going to go ahead and shake it up really good. We want to get that all incorporated and mixed up really well. All right, simple and easy as that. You can make as little or as much as you want. And now I can put this with my bread machine in my baking area, and I can just use this to make all of my bread needs. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this stuff up, and then it will go into the pantry and we'll work on another project. All right, so here is the cost analysis for all of you. If you went out and bought a loaf of bread, it would cost you anywhere from $3 to $7 a loaf. Of course, you know, that's a big difference in price depending on if you get Walmart, Great Value, or Aldi's brand name bread. But if you make your homemade bread, you can get it for less than $1 a loaf. That is a huge difference. You're not just saving money on bread, you're going to the grocery store a fewer times. You're not running to the grocery store whenever you need something. Less impulse buying, so you don't go to the grocery store as often, and you're not buying other things. And less packaging and less waste. Now that bread is still rising on top of the stove, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. This is why I love Make a Mix cookery, because there's so many benefits in doing that. Making all of your own mixes, and I have hundreds of videos on it. You name it, I have a mix that's on my pantry shelf. It's frugal without feeling restricted. Just one jar, one loaf, and one small step, and you can have your very best bread that money could buy, and it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. So let me show you now what I'm working on. I was given a roll of this, and this is contact paper to line shelves and things like that with it. But I needed some shelves for, I'm working on my pantry, some of my canned goods. I have a whole bunch of canned goods on the floor in a corner. That's it that I need to work on. So what I'm going to do is, I took this large cardboard box, instead of throwing it away, I'm going to cut it down, and I'm going to make my own little shelves to double stack my canning jars. Now, I don't normally do that, but you can double stack canning jars if you have something in the middle of them. I'm also not, yeah, I guess I will double stack. I was going to say I'm not going to double stack some pressure canned food, but I will. Just put this between the jars. I've double stacked many times already without doing this, but this is a better way of doing it. Working on some winter sowing, and I have this tray and I have some of this soil. I'm going to go outside and put the soil in the tray. I really don't want to make a mess in the house. And then I'm taking some garlic. Now this is garlic that I produced the own seeds, and we're going to drop one in each. And what this is, we're going to take it outside, and it's just going to sit outside until spring, and then it's going to germinate on its own. Because the garden is frozen solid, I can't plant my garlic right now, but I can plant it in little trays like this, and then I can transplant it. This is just another way that I can feed myself for free. The trays were given to me, the soil I had, and the seeds I produced myself. And so thinking outside the box, and even in the wintertime, thinking about ways that we can grow our own food. Let me show you something else I'm doing that is growing 100% free food. Get a pack of spring onions, and you can root them. And now, whenever I make baked potatoes with sour cream, I just cut some of this off. I have my own onions for the whole winter. And I'm also doing it with sprouts, and I'm sharing that in videos too. There's just so many things you can do when you're at home and you're thinking outside the box. How to provide yourself with free food. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put the soil in here, and then we'll get plants in this.